Brought to you by the Every Dollar app. Start budgeting for free today. Robin is in Phoenix. Hi, Robin. Welcome to the Ramsey Show.
Hi. Thank you, gentlemen, for taking my call.
Sure.
I am going to retire in about 3 years at 76. I have no mutual fund and no 401k. My question is, should I buy or rent at that time at 76?
Okay. How would you be able to buy if you don't have any money?
Yeah, well, I've got time. So currently, my income is $4,500 a month. $2K is going to rent. $2K is going to student loans, and I spend $500 on daily on debt, living expenses.
You're 70 years old and you have a student loan?
Yes, yes. I haven't paid it off yet, but I will pay it off. It's expected to be paid off in March of 24.
Okay. What's the balance on it?
$12,000.
Wow.
So I'm paying $2,000 a month on that. $2K.
Okay.
Yeah, $2K a month.
All right. I'm really curious how you end up with a student loan at your age. How did you do that?
Well, that's called paying the interest. I paid the interest only for a long time. So
What's a long time?
Since 2020, since 2005, I guess. That's when I graduated.
You graduated in 05, so you graduated 20 years or 18 years ago, and you've been paying. Yeah. And your degree is in what?
Well, that particular degree, I've got some more since that time, but that particular degree was in communications.
Okay, all right. And what do you do for a living?
I'm a quality inspector.
Okay. Wow. All right. The thing that runs through my head is this. Obviously, you at retirement have to have monthly money to pay an electric bill and buy food and provide shelter. Okay? The largest line item in your budget for the rest of your life, if you live to be 95, another 20-something years, is going to be housing. And if you're renting, your cost of housing is going to go up every year because rent always goes up. Does that make sense?
Yes.
If you buy, at least you're locked in to what you're going to be spending on housing from this point forward. So buying is good. Having a paid-off home by the time you get there is even better. And, of course, having a nest egg to live on. So do you have a pension in the background of this, or are you counting on just Social Security to feed you?
No, I'll finish the rest. So currently what I have is a universal life policy that has a cash value approximately $9,000 in it. I'm reluctant to cash it out because it has a long-term care rider of 50 months on it at 4%. So that's going to give me about $1,500 a month just for that. Now, as I shared, by the time I retire, I will have approximately $500 in pension and $2,500, I'm guessing, $2,500 in Social Security, which will give me $3,000. And
you have no money in savings at all?
My $1,000.
$1,000.
I got my $1,000.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. I want you to cash the universal in and pay the student loan down. And let's be done with the student loan very quickly. Let's get that in the background as soon as possible so we can try to accomplish a couple of these other goals, which is housing, and start to build some kind of a nest egg over the next 3 years. So basically, you're going to live on beans and rice for the next 3 years while you throw as much money towards housing, buying a home, and as much money towards a nest egg as you can throw. And both of those are going to be better moves than a bad universal policy. So we've got to get the student loan in your rearview mirror to pull that off. So
Okay.
get the student loan in your rearview mirror, build an emergency fund, and then start saving for a down payment while you're putting at least 15% of your income or more into retirement. And I want you to save as much as you can save for retirement while putting down as much as you can put down on a house. And when you do buy a home, I want you to buy a very modest, a very inexpensive property. I am more concerned that you have basic shelter that is locked in on its monthly cost than I am you having a home that you are necessarily thrilled with.
Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah, I want to stabilize. I'm trying to stabilize your future. That's my first goal. Your luxury or your comfort are secondary, but stabilizing the shelter aspects of your future next 20 years is really what I got to lean on. And wow. Well, the good news is I think you can actually make a pretty good dent in 36 months on this if you'll be very focused. I think that might be one of the oldest student loan debt callers I've had.
It's mind-boggling. I'm sitting there listening to that, and because we're having the student loan live stream tonight, it's absolutely free. RamseySolutions.com, 7 p.m. Central, 8 Eastern. It's important to point out that she is, and I don't throw this word around lightly, you know this, Dave, she's a victim of this cultural message that has said, if you get a degree, you're going to get a raise. And sometimes that's true. Many times it's not, and she kept getting degrees and degrees
was in
and degrees,
communications, and I'm not in communications.
Exactly. She's in quality assurance, and so you've got to be careful. These degrees don't come with jobs. You still got to go out and find them, get them, and perform them well. And I'm not trying to be unkind, but there are so many people that still believe you go through a layoff at 45 or at 50, and you go, I got to go get more education. Maybe.
But probably not.
Probably not.
Yeah. Not at the cost of sitting at 70 years old to still have student loan debt.
No. And see, that's the exchange that makes me so angry about, and let me just be honest, let me be an equal opportunity offender, folks. Both sides of the political aisle are in the business of student loans. It's big business. It's a lot of money. And no one's talking about legislation or regulation.
To stop it.
To stop it and to take on the unbelievable inflation in the world of tuition.
Doing a service.
No.
You people in government are not helping.
That's right.
The population. No. You are harming the people that you're called to govern.
It's a hidden tax, Dave.
And people are getting filthy, stinking rich off the backs of people like her. And it really does need to stop. It really. I mean, seriously, would somebody grow a leadership backbone and send it to Washington, D.C.?